Free with PlayStation Essentials December 2022, it's Mass Effect's Legendary Edition. Now, this edition contains all three of them. If you've never played any of these before, it's basically, it has a lot of cutscenes, a lot of dialogue, but it has a lot of playthrough as well. It's kind of like you're playing a sci-fi TV show or movie. And you can also like interact with choices when you're talking. So like people ask you questions, there's multiple choice in it, and I think it affects how people see you or how the story goes.
Commander.
Either way, there's also plenty of action besides the story to take place, lots of missions and stuff to get through. All in all, it's pretty good. Like all three games. Me personally, I think I only played through 1 and 2 and I enjoyed them, but I'll look forward to playing through number 3. Next up, it is Knockout City. Knockout City appears to be some sort of dodgeball game where you can play against real players in a PvP dodgeball game. It is tons of fun too. Oh, and I'm pretty sure it's worth mentioning that I linked my Epic Games account with this to play it. I don't know if that's going to have extra rewards for anything else, but it's cool to know. So basically, you just play dodgeball here. You use the shoot button to throw, and you use the aim button to catch. You can also do some flips and stuff. It's a pretty wacky game, but definitely worth the download. I mean, like, even if you don't really like it, add it to your collection anyway. Maybe one day you'll get bored and want to play it. Me personally, I had tons of fun playing this one game that I played on it. I think there's also like a leveling up system. I think you can customize your characters and stuff. There's a lot more to it than just basically what I was doing. Also there, as you see, when you get knocked out, you will respawn. And then I think your team gradually ends up winning with points, as you can see down the bottom. Anyway, last but not least, it's Biomutant. This game I actually ended up playing for like a couple of hours. I got kind of stuck into it. It was a lot of fun. So basically you start off, you choose your breed. I ended up making this really wacky little character. Just take a look at him, you can see why I would like him, right?
Commando.
Kind of looks like Sid the Sloth a bit. Goofy odd little character. As well as I went with the Commando class, purely because he has a gun. Anyway, so you start off in the tutorial where it teaches you movement and basically how to fight. And then you kind of get thrown into an apocalyptic world where a lot of the animals have now become mutants. And you yourself are some sort of animal. I don't know what I am. But either way, we are also kind of surviving in this mutant world. I'm pretty sure we are also mildly mutated because you can choose a resistance at the start. I think I went with radiation, I can't remember. Either way, a lot of the storyline seems to be narrated by the guy that does Little Big Planet, I think. They sound very similar anyway, if it's not him. And the whole time you're just in like an action-packed, fun, crazy little wacky game, man. Like I said before, I ended up playing this for like several hours after I finished filming the first part of it. It semi reminds me of like Borderlands, but you're an animal, and at the same time you're kind of like ninja-esque. It's hard to describe it. It is just tons of fun. On top of that, besides just blitzing through and attacking things, there's also some puzzle solving you need to do in order to progress through the stages.
It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door.
These weren't really that difficult, but still, it's nice to know it's not just going to be a straight up just running and doing the same thing the entire game. It also seems to be some sort of like leveling up system, as I learned a new move as I progressed and got to level 2 finally. And of course, you meet new people along the way, although I don't think they're really speaking English, but I think there's like a subtitle narrating kind of thing that lets you know what he is saying. Anyway, this game is chaotic, fun, and like I said, free with PlayStation Essentials December 2022. I do recommend grabbing this game. I mean, like, add it to your collections even if you don't want it. I always say that, but that's because it is kind of smart to do that. Anyway, don't miss out.